Well, in his most direct and frontal attack on Modi and his ideological leanings, Rahul Gandhi at a rally in Bardoli said that the RSS ideology killed Mahatma Gandhi. He also accused Modi of appropriating Patel's secular legacy without actually knowing anything about history. Says he's never read history, but still goes on to build the Statue of Unity. Now that's our talking point tonight, and I have with me Paranjoy Kuha-Thakurta, senior political analyst and journalist. If I could just start by asking you, why didn't Rahul Gandhi launch a direct attack on Narendra Modi earlier? Why now?
Maybe he's getting a little smarter. Maybe he's got his prepared text in front of him. He doesn't have to reply spontaneously to what people are asking him. I mean, the interview he did, the live interview he did, you know, for instance, he forgot to mention when he was attacking the Gujarat government for the 2002 riots, he forgot to mention about Maya Kodnani. Maya Kodnani was Minister of Women and Child Welfare in Narendra Modi's government. She's been convicted, prosecuted, convicted and jailed for her involvement in the riots. Now, if you cannot cite this as an example of the involvement of the Gujarat government or those who were close to Mr. Modi in the riots, you forgot about it. In his earlier interview, he had to be reminded that Dr. Manmohan Singh had apologized for the November 1984 riots against the Sikhs. So I think he's getting a little smarter. He's learning a little bit how to attack Mr. Modi directly, and what he said is factually correct. I mean, you could argue, and you know, I remember asking Mr. L.K. Advani this question once about Nathuram Godse's political affiliation. Yes, he was one time actually a member of, I mean, not the Hindu Mahasabha, and you know, there were within the sort of nationalist, right-wing Hindu nationalists, there were groups. There was the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, there was the Hindu Mahasabha, he left them. But the fact is, he was basically that same ideological bent of mind. So when he says the RSS ideology was responsible for killing Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, he's also being smart.
Absolutely.
So when he says that Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel as Home Minister of India did indeed ban the RSS, he's being factually correct. So I just think, you know, as the in the run-up to the elections, we're going to see the Vice President of the Indian National Congress perhaps, you know, using stronger language to attack Mr. Narendra Modi.
Hold that thought. Sanjay Jha from the Congress also joins us on this broadcast. Sanjay, my first question to you, which is what I was discussing with Paranjoy right now, the timing of Rahul Gandhi's direct attack on Narendra Modi, why has it taken him so long to attack Narendra Modi?
No, in fact, you know, Maruk, I just feel that, you know, what Mr. Gandhi is actually mentioned today in his rally, once again has got nothing to do with any individual or a personality from the BJP. The fact is that the party as a whole and Mr. Narendra Modi as the principal voice of their party have been distorting history. And I think it's a frightening proposition for the country, almost fascist in its intent, when you try and, you know, create a perception of history that's absolutely incorrect. And I think that's something that we should all be alarmed about.
But
what Mr. Gandhi said today is something that has been debated in academic circles and by the analysts and by the political commentators and historians ever since this great grand statue plan, which everybody knows is nothing but a monumental effort at trying to, you know, create a disingenuous stance on history itself. And I think the point that Mr. Gandhi did today was to say that Sardar Patel was the one who banned the RSS, and he banned the RSS because of one reason. The RSS was accused of creating an environment, I don't know the exact words, but subversive and dangerous, which led finally to the assassination of the great Mahatma Gandhi.
But Sanjay Jha, can we then safely assume that the Congress party has decided that soft peddling the issue of Hindutva is no longer an option, and that you need to take on Narendra Modi and you need to take on his ideological leanings head on? Can we then safely assume that it's going to be a direct attack now?
Well, I can tell you one thing for a fact. If you looked at Mr. Gandhi's speech in its entirety, I mean, he talked about the development figures being highly suspect. He threw them out for public consumption, and you know, and I can give you more if you like. But the truth is, he said that development in Gujarat is a huge spin, is a massive canard. And the fact remains that the hidden agenda for the Sangh Parivar, and I think the BJP is just an extension of a political arm of the Sangh Parivar, so to say, the RSS, is actually using that to keep the world believing that the talk is on development. And I have always maintained that no chief minister in the history of India from any state, and at least in the modern times that we live in today, who doesn't talk of development, who doesn't talk of attracting foreign investment or domestic capital, who doesn't talk of improving jobs and getting industry and manufacturing and services to be strong. So what you are witnessing is a clear attempt to somewhere mislead the agenda from their Hindutva, which is the underlying emphasis of their game. Look at the fact that you have an Amit Shah in charge of Uttar Pradesh. Everybody knows Uttar Pradesh has always been a sensitive state. Have you heard a word from Mr. Modi on the Muzaffarnagar riots? Not a word. So I think Mr. Gandhi today, I think, has really taken the challenge of trying to expose what I think is an important duty of any political leader in the Indian environment today. Development is a critical issue, but I think with Mr. Modi at the helm and Mr. Amit Shah and the other people completely subverting the BJP to one man, the personality of Modi is dominating the elections from the BJP side. It's a clear message to the people of India that communalism is a core challenge and a threat, I think, to the idea of India itself. Mr. Gandhi would like to preserve and make sure that the idea of India is not compromised.
Right. Sanjay Jha, you say that communalism is the core challenge, but it seems like from what Rahul Gandhi has said today, that it is an effort on his part to polarize the debate. Can we then say that, this debate ahead of 2014 cannot be a secular debate?
Well, let me tell you, what are we doing? The Congress party is responding to a challenge that India needs to confront head on. Let's not try and be politically correct about it. You have had several instances from the Sangh Parivar. I can quote you a number of statements made by Mr. Rajnath Singh, by Amit Shah when he talked about Ayodhya. In fact, the BJP promised, I remember in the assembly elections, the Ram temple, which is a sub judice matter in the Supreme Court. So what is the message that you're sending? Mr. Modi goes to Kashmir and talks of Article 370. I think principal issues of uniform civil code, the Ram Janambhoomi and Article 370, these are prime obsessions of the BJP that haven't gone. The RSS is calling the shots. Like it or not, the RSS is a family at Nagpur that is going to dictate the political fortunes of the BJP.
Hold that thought, Sanjay Jha, I'm going to come back to you. Hold that thought. I also have with me on this broadcast RSS ideologue Professor Rakesh Sinha, who's joining me. Rakesh Sinha, I'd like to bring you in at this point in time. Rahul Gandhi claims that it was the RSS ideology that killed Mahatma Gandhi. Your prime ministerial candidate, the BJP's prime ministerial candidate, is building a statue of a man who held the RSS responsible for Gandhi's assassination. He banned the RSS in 1948. Your first response to this?
Before coming to it, I will make a remark on Sanjay Jha's comment.
Go ahead.
You just see, Article 370 is a communal issue. Uniform Civil Code is a part of the Constitution, Indian Constitution. It is a part of the directive principle of state policy. He is calling it a communal issue. You may disagree. You may say that this is not the right time for the Uniform Civil Code. It is your right. You may say that this is not the right time for this time is not right for removing Article 370. But in the Constitution, Article 370 is a transitional phase. It is not a permanent statutory provision. And he is calling because BJP is raising both the issues. Therefore, this debate is a communal. I am surprised how congressmen read history, how they understand the Constitution. Secondly, as far Rahul Gandhi is concerned, he must read history. He is not Jawaharlal Nehru. Just see the judiciary has given the judgment that RSS has no hand in the Mahatma Gandhi's murder. The Kapoor Commission was formed by the Congress. Kapoor Commission exonerated RSS from any kind of allegation. What kind of the ideological talk he is making? I am raising two questions. It is Mrs. Indira Gandhi who inaugurated Vivekananda Rock Memorial in Kanyakumari, constructed by RSS. But
Rakesh Sinha, respond to me when I ask you that Patel banned the RSS in 1948, holding the RSS guilty for Gandhi's assassination, and BJP's prime ministerial candidate today is in fact building a statue promoting the legacy of that very man. Respond to that first.
There are two things. Patel is a victim of this dynastic politics. Patel is ignored by the Congress. Patel's contribution is ignored by the Congress. We are celebrating Patel's contribution, number one. Number two, Patel has not banned. Patel was the Home Minister. He protested Jawaharlal Nehru. He said that RSS has no hand. He said RSS may be guilty for 100 of the crimes, not for the murder of the Mahatma Gandhi. He wrote to Jawaharlal Nehru, I am in day-to-day touch with the investigation of the Mahatma Gandhi's murder case. RSS has no role to play in this case. Later on, it was Patel who removed. So Patel has nothing against the RSS, but he was not a RSS supporter, he was not a RSS swaysever. He has many points for disagreement with the RSS, but we the people of India celebrate any person who has contributed in the making of the nation, and it includes Sardar Patel, but for the Congress,
okay,
it is limited to Motilal Nehru, Jawaharlal Nehru, Rajiv Gandhi, Indira Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi.
I want to bring in Paranjoy at this point in time. Is it possible, in the battle for 2014, is it possible for us to have a secular discourse, or is polarization of this battle the only way forward? Rahul Gandhi clearly making that pitch today by attacking Narendra Modi.
Okay, let me take a slightly nuanced view of this issue. I think the Muslim vote matters. 1 out of 7 voters, 1 out of 7 Indians is Muslim. Let me go on to say further that I don't think Muslims as a whole are going to vote for the BJP. And then certainly not going to vote for the BJP with Narendra Modi as the individual who heads that party. I think to some extent, this discourse is not just aimed at the Muslim. It's also aimed at the liberal Hindus. Okay, Muslims account for 14% of India's population, 9% of Gujarat, nearly a fourth of Bengal and Kerala are Muslim, nearly a fifth of Uttar Pradesh and Bihar are people Muslim.
Doesn't it seem, I'm running out of time, just last thoughts, doesn't it seem that Rahul Gandhi is in fact warning voters that if you vote for Modi, you vote for RSS, and here are the dangers?
Of course, the Congress has been saying this for a long time. I mean, they are going to try and make people remember what happened in 2002, and Mr. Modi is going to, as soon as you do that, he's going to tell people that look what happened in 1984. But the point is, these two wrongs don't make a right. And the fact is, this is not just the Congress attempt at, I mean, the Muslims in any case I don't think are going to vote for the BJP, but it's also aimed at influencing the quote-unquote liberal Hindu, the quote-unquote secular Hindu. Now, despite what the RSS might say, despite what the Hindu nationalists might say, it is a fact that yes, there were differences between Sardar Patel and Nehru on a host of issues. But on the issue of banning the RSS, Sardar Patel went along with Nehru.
Well, I'm really sorry, gentlemen. I'm completely out of time, but I want to thank my guests, Rakesh Sinha, Sanjay Jha, Paranjoy Guha Thakurta, for joining me. It is ironic that Patel studied law in Godhra, and a man who's been accused of tarnishing Godhra today stands to protect and promote his legacy, whereas the Congress party, missing no chances to attack Modi, but at the same time did nothing to honor its own. The irony is hard to miss. I'm going to have to leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining me.